Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am so excited. I am going to be testing out the new Nomad Keys Beachy and Peachy palette. I am just so incredibly excited about this palette. I absolutely love the Florida Keys. Outside of my home state, this is probably the place that I have visited the most within my life, and so this is just super exciting for me. Holds a very special place in my heart for that reason. So I'm probably going to end up talking about the different trips I've taken there over the course of this video, but I am so excited about this palette. I think it is absolutely adorable. The packaging itself is so cute. You get flamingos, which I love, the dolphins, key lime pie, the little signs here, palm trees, just everything about the keys and the beachiness. So absolutely love that. And it also came with this little postcard, which is super cute. And I love the fact that it is supporting the Dolphin Research Center. I have been there. I actually had a couple dolphins paint a t-shirt for me when I was little, so I am just absolutely thrilled about this palette and the theme around it. So, like I said, this packaging is absolutely adorable, and then you open it up and here is the color story. So this is one of their 18 pan palettes. I will say I do prefer the 15 pan palettes. I feel like that's just a little bit more manageable. I like that size better, but their 18 pan palettes are definitely still gorgeous. I think the color story of this is super cute. It's kind of split into two different sections. I really like this side. I think it's super fun and light and pretty. And then you get this side that kind of adds a little bit more depth to it, and you get your nice blues in this side. So I think overall this is a very pretty color story. I'm not sure it's my absolute favorite from Nomad. I have some other ones that I really love, but I do think this one is still super pretty, and seeing it in person, I think it's gorgeous. It is a little bit more rainbow palette. You get pretty much every color of the rainbow. I think you get your reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blues, purples. So it is very rainbow, but I do think they did it in a really pretty way. So I am planning on creating 2 looks with this palette for this video. So if you're interested in seeing those, seeing my thoughts on the palette, then keep on watching. Alright, for this first look, I want to start out with Key Lime Time. And I'm taking a little bit of this on a fluffy brush, and I'm going to focus this right in the inner part of my crease. I want to use a few different colors for this look. Just make it very fun and summery looking. The shade is super cute. I also love key lime, so very excited about this shade. Alright, next I'm going to take the shade right under that, Far From Normal. And this one is going to go right in the center of my crease. This one is super pretty as well. I'm absolutely loving these shades. Alright, then I think I want to take Shipwreck Trail right here. And I'm going to use this one right in my outer crease. This is such a fun color combo. Matches my little scarf I got going here. I think this is just going to be such a fun palette, especially for summer sort of looks. It's so bright and fun and colorful, but you can also add in a little bit of depth with part of this palette as well, which is super nice. Alright, next I'm going to take Sunset Celebration here. I love the little flamingo in this shade. So like I was saying in my intro, I have been to the Keys many times, at least 10 times in my life. And I was actually just there back in March, I think it was. So I feel like I'm pretty familiar with the Keys, and I absolutely adore them. I have been to quite a few of them. I haven't been to everyone, and not everyone is super like touristy, but I feel like Key West, Marathon, and Isla Morada are probably the 3 main touristy ones in my opinion, and I have done quite a bit at each of those, which has been super fun. I'm just going to go back in and make sure all of these are nice and blended. But yeah, I would highly recommend visiting the Keys if you haven't. It is usually pretty nice there, but I would go around spring break when I was back in school. I have family that had a house down there, so it was always fun to go visit them during that time, take a little break from my Michigan weather that I'm used to, and head down to the Keys and just really enjoy the weather and everything down there. It's super relaxing, super peaceful, and there's just so much fun stuff to do. All right, next I want to take the shade Key Largo. This shade just looks absolutely stunning. I don't think I've actually ever been to Key Largo, so that's probably one of the ones that I am not as familiar with. But the shade that is representing it is super pretty. All right, then I'm going to go in with Southernmost Point. I think it is going to be between this one and Key Largo for my favorite shade in this palette. But I'm going to skip over the center of my lid for a minute and focus this one on the inner corner and then the inner kind of third of my lid where we put that green matte shade in the crease. All right, then for the center of the lid, I'm going to take Conch Republic. This one was a little flaky coming off the pan, so I'm going to just be pretty careful packing this down, but look at how stunning that color is. Oh my word. I'm just gonna go back and forth with these shades on the lid to make sure we get a little bit of a blend between each of them. All right, that will do it for this look. I'm gonna go add some mascara and be right back. All right, here is the final look. I think this one turned out super cute, really pretty. I think it is safe to say I am really going to enjoy this palette, and Nomad has done it again. I feel like I haven't purchased from them in a little while. I wasn't super interested in the last couple of releases, but I am so happy that I picked this one up. I think it is super fun, super pretty, and of course, I just love the theme of it as well. That is really what sold me on it, so very happy to have this palette in my collection, and we can get into our second look. All right, for this look, the first shade I want to take is Overseas Highway. And I am going to just start by running this one through my crease. I do want to do a more blue toned look for this one. And I'm starting with just pretty small amounts and blending through. I want to kind of control the building up of the pigmentation. And I'm going to work this one slightly up towards my brow a little bit. This shade is super pretty, and I am just seriously so in love with all of the shade names within this palette. I think they're so fun, and I have been to most of the places, I think, that the shade names are referring to, so that is super fun. All right, the next shade I want to take is Marathon, and I'm going to use this to start deepening up the crease. This is just a little bit darker, a little bit more of a brighter kind of teal sort of blue. Not completely, but I think it'll just add a nice little difference to this crease. So Marathon is actually where the Dolphin Research Center is located. If you are ever in the Keys, I would highly recommend checking that out. They also have a turtle hospital, which is super cool, that they give you a tour of. I have been to both of those places and really enjoyed them. I think they're really fun. It was when I was younger, which I really enjoyed, but I feel like adults will enjoy it too. All right, then on that same brush, I want to take Sea Meets Sky, and I'm going to use this to start deepening even more. I'm trying so hard not to hit the little imprints, embossings on these shades. I don't want to mess them up. I took a ton of pictures before I started filming this, so I will always have the pictures in case I use these shades too much to kind of show the little pictures that are in them, which I am hoping to do because I like to use my eyeshadows, but it's always hard to get rid of these little cute imprints. All right, now that we have a very blue crease, I'm going to add some depth with Key West. So I want to focus this one right in this outer corner, add in some depth and add in a little bit of a different color. This is the darkest shade within this palette, kind of the only true deepening shade, I would say. So it will be interesting to see how this works with other looks as well and not just the blue shades. But it is working really nicely with this one. All right, next I'm going to take Come As You Are on a wet brush, and I'm going to work on packing this on the open space on my lid. These shimmers are kind of the more putty-like texture, so I feel like I'm going to need to work a little bit to build these up, but they are super pretty. I just am trying not to like dig my brush into the pan, but we might need to just a little bit, but I feel like you are beginning to see this color kind of take shape on the lid. All right, next I want to take Paradise Found, and this isn't really a brightening shade, but I do want to just pop this in my inner corner because I feel like it'll be fun. All right, I just added some of the matte shades on my lower lash line, and so I'm gonna go add some mascara and be right back. All right, here is this final look. I think it turned out super cute. I feel like it was fairly simple, obviously very blue, but I feel like the steps were pretty simple and it's just so pretty. I think these shades performed really nicely. Sometimes I do get a little nervous about how blues and purples will perform, but I feel like these did really nicely. I don't think I really had any issues blending them together, blending them out, so really happy with the performance of these shades. Let me know how you like this look, which of these looks was your favorite, and let me know if you'd like to see any more from this palette or if you have any other video suggestions for me. Give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future uploads. I am really trying to hit 500 subscribers soon, so if you would subscribe, that would just mean the absolute world to me. And with all of that said, I will see you in my next video. Bye!